about to drive into the rain this moment. The weather stripping and stuff is really doing its job. All right. We got something in the mail today. What could it be? I'm pretty excited. It's a new windshield. It's the StarknightMT windshield. Okay, so let's get this big baby busted open and see what we got out inside. And see if this is something I even want to bother with putting together today. Okay, see if we can successfully get it out the box without tearing it all the way up. Guessing that's going to be our hardware. But it appears that this, I'm assuming, is the lower piece of your flip-up windshield. Now I'm going to tell you one thing that's cool. On our current Super ATV windshield, this rubber gasket, we had to put that on there ourselves. That's not easy to do. Put that up, leave the protective film on there for now. Again, weather stripping is already installed. That hinge and everything, it's already installed. Again, on the Super ATV one, all of this hardware I had to put on, so seems they made that just a little bit easier. And unlike the Super ATV one, honey, look at this. Just one handle in the middle, not one on each side. The one thing I haven't seen yet, hopefully it's in here with the hardware, is any kind of instruction. So again, these boxes are so taped up, you can't figure out how it's a stand-up box. Hardware, looks like the brackets. One to the side, two sets of brackets. Tools, bushings, screws and washers. Looks like that would be your latch. And the instructions. And our tubes. We'll review the instructions and look at getting the Super ATV windshield off and our new StarknightMT windshield on, and we'll try it out, the look and the difference, and see what we like. Okay, so one thing I want to do before we get started is take a quick or a close look at our Super ATV windshield. So as you can see, these are the brackets. We have 3 on each side to hold it in place. The gas arms, they do look a bit more substantial on the Super ATV ones. However, we've got these big gaps all the way across, as well as even when this is closed, we still have gaps. So water actually comes in the side, but more so off of the top. So the Super ATV windshield, it also has the ability to vent, as we see here. So this is nice, especially on hot days like it's been here lately. But one thing I wanted to put out, maybe you can see it right in that area there. We have a little delamination or or something's going on to where it actually looks like it's wet or dirty. That happened after this winter. But we've had this Super ATV windshield on here for about 2.5 years now. If you've seen any of my other videos, we kind of complain how ours always kind of popped out of thing and it raised up. That's really the only complaint. That, the popping and raising up, and let me take that back, the way so much water and wind and stuff can actually get in even when we have the windshield fully closed. That's really our only complaints on it. And then this delamination, which really doesn't look good. You can't really see it right now, but we'll go ahead and take the rest of this windshield off and we'll see if the StarknightMT instructions that tell us it will take about 30 minutes to get this up, we'll see if that's really true and we get the new windshield on there in 30 minutes or less. Okay, so we now have our Super ATV windshield off, and here comes the hard part. I'm on the instructions and I want you to look at it here right along with me, and we'll see what it says here. Locate the position lower mount to install. Use the 23 centimeter sticky ruler, that's one of these, number 16, to measure and find the point 23 centimeters away from the hood. You can stick the ruler on the side cage. One end stick on the hood, top. Then use the hexagonal wrench, number 7, to fasten the lower mount A, number 4, on the located point. Do the same on the other side. So the issue that I have with this instruction is, do I stick this on from the bottom here, or do I come across from the bottom of the hood and stick it on? It's about an inch difference in between the two. So I've brought the windshield out here, and the top of the windshield is right at about the top of this. So I'm going to go with sticking it right at the base of this. To find the hood top, we're going to stick it on the base of the hood, and then here. It just seems like I'll be slightly off. I won't have them exactly the same if I'm not like literally laying up against the hood. So as you see there, I basically laid it right on here and pushed it back. Second, we did the same thing on both sides. The instructions say that the next thing we need to do is, I said I was going to clean that up too. We'll do it with my finger there. The next thing we need to do, I only say that because now it's 15 minutes after 7. So we're already 15 minutes into this 30-minute job. And I don't want it to get dark on me. Okay. So looking at our instruction, that's the brake lever, the steering wheel. There's our bottom bracket. There's our sticky ruler. Stick it on there and we'll put the top bracket right above it. I don't know if you can see that too good because we're looking into the sun, but that's the problem. There's a factory like screw hole right there, and if you see the top of our tape, that actually leads us, or it puts us right on that nipple. And I think that's going to be a problem. Okay, so far so good on this bottom half. It appears that the alignment, unless I take this bolt off, and then I'll be really mad. That seems like a very nice and tight fit. I actually like it. This is going to be, this top mount, is the one that I'm extremely worried about here. I'm going to clean this up though. Do this side just as I did the other side. Hope for the best. We need our measurer. First, I gotta say this side is below that factory bolt hole. but it's not. They're both right on it. So we did the first time. We'll lower it down a little just to get our bolts started. I'm just going to tighten up just a little. Just a little. See how it works for us. Okay. Okay, so I had to recruit Mrs. O to help me here. We're on to putting up the front windshield part. When you got the lift and the bigger tires, makes it kind of hard to get up here to the front of the windshield. Will you hold that on the bolt in those two center ones? Nope. Okay. Okay, so a new day. We're back out. The windshield's all installed. Absolutely love it. The number one thing that I love about the new windshield is going to be the weather stripping that goes all the way around. As you can see, it conforms to the body of the UForce like perfectly. Fits perfectly around the hood. And the windshield came with the weather cell already installed. Love that. Fits perfectly. Now me, on the other hand, I was a little bit nervous about the measurement. So you see I still have my measurement tape on. Here's the issue that I had. The bottom windshield, as you can see, to me, lined up perfectly, okay? And I literally started with my sticky measuring tape from the bottom windshield up to here, and that's where I initially put this bracket. The problem is you have this factory screw hole right here. If this would have been able to screw into that, it would have been perfect, right? But this was just a little bit too big. Believe me, I tried it. So my bracket up here, I'll go ahead and open the windshield. It's the first time I've seen that happen. Normally it opens really, really fast. But my bracket up here, maybe that's a sign, seems to be perfectly fine to me. You can kind of see the angle there. It is a little, try and put my hand out there. So maybe it's a little upward, but not much at all. Okay, I've had it at about 20 miles an hour or so. That's about as fast as I believe you'd want to go with that in there like that. But same way on both sides. Okay, so for the first time, we got a good bit of rain coming down now. The only place right up there in that corner, we have a little bit of water coming in, but as you can see, even up top, new windshield has us totally dry. Love it. Okay, the rain is really coming down now. We got a little bit of infiltration. You can see it's starting to come above the crease in the windshield. It's getting down on my legs a little bit. We're rolling in between 45 and 50 miles an hour. Not too bad at all right now, but the rain is getting in a little bit. But the weather stripping and stuff is really doing its job. Really doing its job, considering how hard it's raining. The other cool thing, I can now fit cups in my cup holder that I couldn't fit in there before because that Super ATV windshield kind of took up this space that was here somehow, some way. As you can see, that's where mine came across right in the front there. So there were certain cups and like a 20 ounce or 16, 20 ounce water bottle. You would have to kind of angle it in to even get it in here. But now I can just drop it right in there. So that's really cool. Still have to patch up my light bar wiring. I still have to get that in. I'll kind of show you. So basically what I do is these zip ties I've just put in here, I'll use those to run a smaller zip tie around the wire just to hold the wire up in that bracket. We'll do that on the top and the bottom, and that'll dress that up and make it nearly unnoticeable. The last thing I'm going to say about this windshield is I'm showing you the bottom area because you have so much more visibility. I love that. And I no longer have to lean all the way over here to open it or have my passenger help me. It's right here in the center, so my passenger or myself can open it. At first that was opening really, really fast, but maybe now that it's been on here for a couple days, I mean, and even with it at the higher level, I tried it down like this, and that was really, it was like it was stressing it. So this seems like the best way to do it. Any comments or suggestions, you can put those down below. So that's the StarknightMT windshield, flip-up windshield, let me say, for the UForce 1000 XL. Really, it's easy to install. It took me about 2 hours. The instruction manual says it should be a 30-minute job. It took me 2 hours because I wouldn't trust the instructions. And then I ran into this issue. The last thing that I wanted to do was put a whole bunch of these brackets on and then find out I need to move it, okay? I started out using the tools that came in the kit because it said do not use power tools. I cheated. So if I took this windshield off and put it back on again, I think I could do it in 30 minutes, literally. And especially because most of all of your hardware, like the brackets that hold the gas pumps, the plastic that you see here and there, the handle to open it, all of that comes pre-installed. All these hinges, that comes pre-installed. Literally, I attach this bracket to this bracket, put on your hinge. You got, 4 screws along the top of your windshield, and repeat your brackets on that side. You got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 10 screws that you need to put in on the bottom, plus the 4 on the top, and you're pretty much done. And it fits, like I said, perfectly. So when we get our CFMoto doors back on, as it begins to turn from summer to fall and then to winter, we'll really see how this window does. Right now, we're loving it because it's just so clear, and it seems like we have so much more visibility. I said that all funny. But until next time, I am Tony. Peace.